Simple. Danny goes to the movies, writes a review. You hear him on the podcast, now you know what he would do. Grab your popcorn and your soda or your healthier snacks. Enjoy the film and just relax. You don't have to do this all alone. Join our community and we'll talk about it, yo. I scream, you scream for movies, and that's what we be doing. I scream, you scream for movies, and that's what we be doing. I scream, you scream for movies, and that's what we be doing.
All right, everybody, welcome to I Screened, You Scream for Movies. Today is Monday, January 9th. Fuck, it's a raw feed. Welcome to Season 2 of I Screened, You Scream for Movies. This is your host, Danny Escamilaggi, and before we get started, this intro you just listened to just a second ago, want to shout out to my man, Jason Riley, making this intro happen. Always want something nice and less copyright stuff or something to start off my show in every episode, so I want to give a huge shout out to him. If you're listening to this, Jason, thank you so much. But without further ado, let's go ahead and begin this episode. So this episode is going to be the intro to kicking off 2023. And when I say that, I mean, just like the last season that I kicked off my show, I will be telling you guys what movies of 2023 I will be planning on seeing throughout this year. And like I said, a lot of movies than last year. As much 2022 was great and all, I feel like 2023 is going to be the hypest level of all movie-going entertainment yet. Because when we're looking into this year, we're getting insane amount of content of Hollywood blockbuster sequels, prequels, franchises, etc., etc., from the MCU to the DC universe. Almost everything I can imagine, what you'll all be actually hearing about, is all coming out this year. And 2023 is a huge standardized test to see how well the blockbusters will hold up this year than last year. Because we literally got more than just one piece of blockbuster. We're getting like insane amount of movies throughout this year. And just to kick things off, I'm very excited to go over what movies I will be planning to see throughout 2023. And I have a list of them on my phone that I wrote down on my notes and check mark them whenever I see them. So without further ado, let's go ahead and begin the rundown list of 2023 movies I will be seeing. So here we go. Number one, speaking of number one, it already just came out last weekend. I didn't see this movie just yet. And I'm just gonna not try to make a lot of the list propagandas as I go. So, my number one film this year going forward is Megan. I'm planning to see that this coming weekend, and I will be doing this podcast episode as well. Heard a lot of good things, and a lot of marketing surprised me through this movie. So, moving on. Number two, Knock at the Cabin, which comes out February 3rd. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, February 17th. Creed 3. March 3rd, my birthday. Cannot wait. Scream 6, March 10th. Shazam! Fury of the Gods, March 17th. John Wick Chapter 4, March 24th, which I gotta see the previous movies, so. Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves, March 31st. The Super Mario Brothers movie, April 7th. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, May 6th. Fast X, May 19th. The Little Mermaid, May 26th. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Part 1, June 2nd. Transformers Rise of the Beast, June 9th. The Flash, June 16th. Pixar's Elemental, also on June 16th. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, June 30th. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, Part 1, July 14th. Oppenheimer, July 21st. Barbie, July 21st as well. The Marvels, July 28th. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem, August 4th. Disney's Haunted Mansion, August 11th. Gran Turismo, August 11th as well. Blue Beetle, August 18th. The Equalizer 3, September 1st. Kraven the Hunter, October 6th. Dune Part 2, November 3rd. Hunger Games and the Ballad, excuse me, fuck, it's raw feed. Hunger Games, the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, November 17th. Wonka, December 15th. The Ghostbusters Afterlife sequel, December 20th, which is actually an untitled Ghostbusters Afterlife sequel, just a heads up. And last but not least, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Fingers crossed it sticks to release. It doesn't get pushed along the other DC movies, December 25th. And those are your movies of 2023. And now the question is, what are my most anticipated movies of this year? Well, just in case for people want to know before I post it on Twitter, otherwise, I have a list of them, top 10. I could list some more like top than just top 10, but top 10 is what I'm going to go with right now. So, here we go. My number 10th most anticipated film, John Wick Chapter 4. I know I have not seen John Wick movies, but as my movie going enthusiasm goes up recently since before, the John Wick movies I heard are pretty fun and rad, and the trailer for that fourth movie looks insane or rad. I still have to see the other ones before seeing the fourth one, and I promise that. So, I will be even comparing those movies on the episode. So, John Wick Chapter 4 is my number 10. Number 9, Fast X. Yeah, I know. The Fast and Furious franchise may got staled, but with the new castings, including Jason Momoa as the villain, and guys, I'm just letting you all know, I do enjoy watching villains in certain movies and games. This is a great casting of new characters, including Brie Larson. Yes, she's in this movie as well. The old cast is coming back, and literally, this movie is like over budgetly insane. So, we haven't got to see the looks of this movie yet, but next month for sure, we're finally going to get a look of this movie. And it's still on my number 9 because I still like the castings and all that in this movie. So, Fast X is my number 9. Number 8, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Now, I have not seen Indiana Jones before. I did happen to play the Lego video games of this version. And when it comes to Indiana Jones, you can't have an Indiana Jones movie without the one and only Harrison Ford. And you can't have an Indiana Jones without the old theme. Da, 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 da. Okay, I'm not going to go on, but you all know what I mean. You just can't have those without those factors. And the movie looks insane. I just can't wait. So Indiana Jones is my number 8. Number 7. And it could be a hit or miss, depending. We have another video game movie coming out this year, Gran Turismo. And for those that don't know what Gran Turismo is, it is a PlayStation racing IP video game franchise. And crazy how they just announced this movie last year. They got its cast, they got its director, they even filmed it from November to December that quick. So the question is, did they actually rush this movie to high gear? God knows. We haven't seen the looks of the movie yet, but I've seen the screenshots online, and the cinematography looks promising. So I don't know how this movie really works, but all we can rely on right now, which, by the way, one of my reasons why I'm looking forward to this movie, it is being directed by one of the goodest sci-fi filmmakers who directed District 9, one of my all-time favorite sci-fi movies, Neil Blomkamp. And I'm not sure how well he knows the source material to the Gran Turismo franchise, but all we can do is wait and see, find out. Number 7 is Gran Turismo. It could be a hit and miss. We'll see. Number 6, Transformers Rise of the Beast. Loved the Transformers franchise when I was a kid, except the stale franchise got even heavier, courtesy of Michael Bay. But without him in the way, except producing, and with Bumblebee. Bumblebee was a way to reboot the franchise to its higher gear, and now the rest of the Transformers gang are coming back into his newly rebooted along with Bumblebee. And hopefully this direction it keeps up from Bumblebee, which, by the way, I do want to mention, why did they not recast Haley Steinfeld in that? I mean, really? Just cast the New Humans? Okay, whatever. But I did see the look at the trailer. It looks amazing and promising. I don't feel like this is going to be a bad movie, but we'll see. So Transformers Rise of Beasts is my number 6 film. Number 5, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. The trailer and the promotion of this movie looks so promising. It was supposed to even come out last year till they delayed it. We got the looks of this teaser. It looks exciting until the full trailer last month looks even more promising and emotional. So this might be actually No Way Home Part 2. I mean, I don't know. We're actually going to get a bunch of Spider-Man variants in the Spider-Verse. I mean, God knows, anything could happen, right? So for now, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is my number 5. Number 4, coming off from Top Gun Maverick, Tom Cruise's Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. And like I said, Tom Cruise comes off from Top Gun, my most anticipated film last year and my number 1 film of last year. Super enjoyable. Now, do I expect this movie is going to be like Top Gun? Possibly not. I'm not a Mission Impossible fan. But all I can say, the trailer looks amazing. I saw it so many times, I'm like almost getting goosebumps when the theme plays. And this is just too rad. And this is actually coming down to the end of the franchise as well. So part 2 will be next year. But what we'll know what happens with part 1, we will see. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 is my number 4. Number 3. So, wait, before we get to top 3, I've been mixing and rearranging top 3 around, so it was going to be my number 1, but I decided to put it up as my number 3, because this movie should have even came out, and courtesy of DC Universe being reset and all, The Flash. This should have even came out if it wasn't for all this chaotic craziness of Ezra Miller, and I know this is too controversial to get into, but I literally think this movie looks exciting because the footage, since DC Fandom of 2021, it was supposed to even come out, like I said, last year. But unfortunately, DC has been reshelving the movies, and even so, Ezra has been going these controversials, but he's been getting better through mental treatment. So, again, don't want to go into this propaganda so much. That's all I know for now. But The Flash still looks exciting. I still have a reason why to watch it, but I'm not sure how well it's going to be to everybody, especially the word. So we will see. The Flash is my number 3 film of the year. Number 2, Dune Part 2. Ever since 2021, before doing this podcast, Dune Part 1 was my number 1 movie of that year. So amazing on the big screen. You just can't embrace what these filmmakers like Denis Villeneuve got. I mean, come on. You can't watch this kind of movie at home and just get away from the escapism of movie going. This is where it's at. Dune Part 2 looks even exciting. This does cover the second half of this movie from the full novel, and we're about to get to see new characters coming in its way. We got the cast coming back, including Timothée Chalamet. We got Florence Pugh. We got Austin Butler, which we're going to see him and Timothy go at it. Who does not want to see that kind of matchup? Christopher Walken as the Emperor. We just got so much excited to see what Dune Part 2 holds. And the film is completed, so we're not going to get to see this movie till later part of this year. So I'm buzzed. I'm kicked. I can't wait to see what the second half is all about. So for those who are not going to read the novel, stay away from the internet because you're probably going to get spoiled and find out the same thing. So Dune Part 2 is my number 2 movie of the year. And lastly, ladies and gentlemen, I even decided to put this as my number 1 movie of the year, anticipatedly. And it looks so promising as we got the looks of this movie. I was so skeptical over this kind of topic, over this kind of movie. Wow. They just fucking nailed it. They just nailed it so hard that I kept thinking about this so much, and it's coming out in a few more months, that this might actually fly so quick. The Super Mario Brothers movie is my number 1. Surprisingly, I changed my mind. It's insanely looking great. Chris Pratt is still the weakest of the marketing. We still might get to see more of the better looks of him in the movie. But if anyone wants to go to see the Mario movie or play Mario, it's like a no-brainer thing. So I'm sure this movie is gonna like rock the whole universe to this year. My prediction for this kind of movies, money-wise, it's gonna make $1 billion. I mean, come on. Super Mario Bros. Movie, who's not down to that? Looks so promising. All the references are there. The cast, besides Chris Pratt, are amazing. So much amazing. The nostalgia's there. Everything in this movie. Universal, Illumination, Nintendo worked their asses for years to make this promising. And trust me, guys, I got a pregame episode going to next month with the same guests that I had for my trailer reactions. And it's just going to be super, super, super fun. So, you don't want to miss it. It's going to be in late March. Don't forget. So, number 1 is the Super Mario Bros. Movie. And that kicks off my top 10 most anticipated films of the year. Don't want to get this propaganda so long, but I'll just repeat them again in case everyone needs to refresh. Number 10, John Wick. Number 9, Fast X. Number 8, Indiana Jones. 7, Gran Turismo. 6, Transformers Rise of the Beast. 5, Spider-Man. Number 4, Mission Impossible. 3, Flash. Dune Part 2. And the number 1 movie, Super Mario Bros. Movie. And with that said, it looks like that will be the concluding end of this episode. Just a heads up, like I said from the beginning, I will be seeing Megan for sure this coming weekend, possibly on a Sunday. That's all I got for now. And I will also have a guest coming on my show. He's a returning veteran from my Nope episode last year. Malik from Movies for Real, for those that remember checking out my episode last year. He will be coming on the mic with me and talk about Megan and all the anticipation why I want to see this movie. Don't want to get into propagandists right now, but I'm very excited to kick off this year with Megan. So, newcomers who are joining season 2 or returning listeners coming in, thank you for sticking around this episode. If you have made it to the end, things going for this episode. So for now, ladies and gentlemen, for those that listen to this episode, and for newcomers that are joining season 2, thank you so much for listening. I have a confident feeling that 2023 is going to be a dope-ass year, so we will see along the way. So, everyone, for loving this podcast, go ahead and subscribe to this podcast. I recommend Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Those are the best 3 major platforms I totally encourage. And for reviewers are listening on this Apple Podcast, rate and review 5 stars. Really helps tremendously. Also, I have also opened up a YouTube channel for everyone to listen to the audio as new audiences. And as well, I will be making the audiograms going forward to each episodes. And yeah, I'm going to be blowing this content to high gear. And don't forget to even find my audiograms, follow me on Twitter and follow me on TikTok. I also got rid of my Instagram. Wouldn't work well anymore. So for now, I'm sticking with TikTok and Twitter. Those are my 2 best platforms yet. And I'll be posting both audiograms and pretty much everything you want to find me on off the show. If you guys want to check out my content off the show, on the show, anywhere. Anyone that listens to my audiograms and come into the show, prepare to be amazed, because this year is about to be kicking into high water of season 2. And I have no doubts about it. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have nothing else to conclude this episode except for till next time. I'll be screaming you all at I Screen, You Scream for movies. Nailed it. Talk to you guys later. Good night.